Sorry about the disconnection of the electricity. So we're going to carry on with solving the even questions here. We finished 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. We're starting with 12 now, and they want us here to make D the subject. So it's C is equal to fraction D to the power of 3 over 2 plus 5. So we're gonna get rid of the 5, minus 5 here and minus 5 here. So it will be C minus 5 is equal to D to the power of 3 over 2. Now we're gonna get rid of the 2, or we can think of it, this is over 1, so we're going to cross multiply. So 1 times D cubic, it will be D cubic is equal to 2 times C minus 5. C is an expression, so always place it inside a bracket. So we only want D as a subject. So to get rid of that cubic, we need to cube root each side of the formula. So it will be, so the cubic root cancel the cubic power. So D is equal to cubic root of 2C minus 10. So D is equal to cubic root of 2C minus 10. Next. So 14, they want us to make X the subject, and in this case, to get rid of the square of the square root, we're going to take each side to the power of 2. So it will be y squared is equal to x squared minus 1, because the square will cancel the square root. So x is my subject, so we need to add 1 to this side and to add 1 to this side. I'm going to finish over here. So it will be y squared is y squared plus 1 is equal to x squared. But what we're looking for is only x. So we're going to square root each side. So x is equal to square root of y squared plus 1. And this is how we change the subject into x. Okay, and then 16, and we are changing the subject here. We need to make R the subject. So we're gonna get rid first of the cubic root. We're gonna take each side to the power of 3. We're going to take we're going to take each side to the power of 3. So it will be v to the power of 3. The cubic root is cancelled with the power of 3. So p plus r is going to be released of the cubic root. And r is my subject. So minus p accordingly. R is equal to v to the power of 3 minus p, and that's how we change the subject into R. Okay, here, question number 18. So p is equal to x minus 3 over x. So p over 1 is equal to x plus 3 over x. So now I have two fractions on the right and on the left. We cross multiply. So denominator on the left times the numerator on the right. Denominator on the right times the numerator on the left. So it will be 1 times x plus 3. It will be x plus 3 is equal to p times x is px. We're making x the subject. So we're going to bring the x to this side, and we're going to take the 3 to the other side. So what we're going to have is x is originally there. When we bring the plus x, it will become minus px, and equals to, when we send the 3 there, it will be negative 3. So now we're going to factorize x. X times 1, it will give me x minus p, x times minus p, it will give me back minus p, x is equal to negative 3. Now, to get rid of the 1 minus p, we need to divide this side by 1 minus p and this side by 1 minus p. So the 1 minus p and the 1 minus p are cancelled. X is left on its own. So x is equal to negative 3 over 1 minus p. So x is equal to negative 3 over 1 minus p. That's how we change the subject into x. Okay, number 20. So we're making A the subject. So first we need to get rid of the square root. So we're going to take each side to the power of 2. So it will be W to the power of 2 is equal to x minus A over A. X minus A over A. And then we're going to put this over 1. And then we're going to cross multiply. 1 times x minus A, it will be x minus A equals to AW squared. Now the A is on two sides of the formula, so we're going to bring negative A to the other side of the formula. So x is left here on its own, and AW squared is originally on the right, and we brought the negative A from left to right, so it will be plus A. Now, x is equal to AW squared plus A. We have the A distributed in two terms, so we need to factorize it. So A is gonna come out. Here it will be W squared because A times W squared is AW squared plus A times 1 will get me back the plus A. So now we want to isolate A. So we're going to divide all this by the expression W squared plus 1. And the left side, we're going to divide it by W squared plus 1. So W squared plus 1 is cancelled on the right by W squared plus 1. And what is left is A equals to x over W squared plus 1. And that's how we made A the subject. So A is equal to x over W squared plus 1. Okay, now let's move to this one here. They want us to make M the subject. And once again, we're going to say this one, it means x plus 1 is equal to 3m over 2 minus m. Let's cross multiply. Okay, sorry about this. So this one, it means x plus 1 is equal to 3m over 2 minus m. So the denominator times the numerator, and the denominator here times the numerator here. So let's cross multiply. 3m times 1, it's 3m, is equal to x times the expression 2 minus m, which we're going to place inside a bracket. And then we're going to expand. 3m is equal to x times 2, 2x. X times negative m, x. We're making m the subject, so we need to send this m to its sister on the other side. So it will be 3m is originally there, and we're transferring the negative mx to the left, from the right to the left. So it will become plus mx is equal to 2x. Now we are gonna, the m is distributed in two terms, so we're going to factorize it. M times 3, it will give me back 3m plus m times x, it will give me back mx is equal to 2x. Now we need to divide this side by the expression 3 plus x because we're isolating m. We apply the exact same on the right side, so it will be divided by 3 plus x. 3 plus x here is cancelled with 3 plus x and m is left on its own. So m is equal to 2x over 3 plus x. And this is the solution of this question. Okay, let's go to this one. So they want us to make x the subject, and accordingly, this one, it can be rewritten as k over 1, k over 1 k over 1 is equal to 2m minus x over x. Let's cross multiply. Denominator on the right times the numerator on the left. Denominator on the left times the numerator on the right. And if you say 2m minus x times 1, it will be 2m minus x. And k times x, it's kx. Now, we are making x the subject. So we need to send this x to the other side. So 2m is equal to kx is originally on the right and we're bringing negative x from the left to the right, so it will become plus x. Now my subject is distributed in two terms, so I'm going to factorize it and we're gonna get the x out and k here. So x times k, it will get me back the kx plus 1 because x times 1 is equal to x. Now we are isolating x, so we must divide this side by the expression k plus 1, and whatever we apply on the right, we must apply on the left. So k plus 1 and k plus 1 are cancelled here. X is left on its own, so x is equal to 2m over k plus 1. Okay, once again, this one, we can rewrite it as p over 1 is equal to k plus m over m. Let's cross multiply. P times m is pm. 1 times k plus m, it will be k plus m. Now we're making m the subject. We're making m the subject. So we're going to send this m to the other side. So pm is originally there and we're transferring plus m from the right to the left side of the equal, so it will become minus m is equal to k. M is my subject, so I need to factorize m because it is distributed in two terms. So if I bring the m out, here it will be p. So m times p is equal to pm minus 1 because m times minus 1, it will give me minus m. This is equal to k. And in order to get rid of the expression, I'm going to write it here. So m times p minus 1 is equal to k. In order to get rid of this expression, it will be divided by p minus 1 and divided by p minus 1. So on the right, p minus 1 is cancelled with p minus 1, which leaves m on its own, and m is equal to k over p minus 1. And that's how we changed the subject to m. Okay, let's have a look at this one. 2 times w plus h. So we're making w the subject. W is inside a bracket, so we need to distribute or to expand. So 2 times w, it's 2w plus 2 times it's 2h is equal to p. W is my subject, so I need to transfer this to the other side of the equal. So 2W is originally there, equals to P is originally on the right. We're transferring plus 2H from left to right, so it will become minus 2H. So W is my subject, so we need to divide each term by 2. So the 2's are cancelled here. Accordingly, W is equal to P over 2 can be written as 1 over 2P minus 2H over 2. The 2 is cancelled with the 2 here, and what's left is minus H. So W is equal to 1 over 2P minus H. And that's how we changed the subject into W. Okay, once again, here they want us to they want us to substitute the values. So S is equal to U times T. U is equal to 104.3. UT, it means U times T. And T is 26.5 plus 1 over 2 is 0.5 times AA, which is negative 2.2 times T squared. So we open a bracket to the power of 2, and inside we place the value of T, which is 26.5. Now you need to insert this in the calculator, and you start with 104.3 times 26.5 plus 0.5 times negative 2.2 times to the power of 2 bracket, inside the bracket 26.5, get out, and you are going to end up with 1,991.475. So if you want to put it correct to 4 significant figures, we count from the left 1, 2, 3, 4. So we stop at the 1. So the final answer will be 1,991, because to the right of the 1 it's 4. So the 4 is not going to bring my 1 out, up, so it's going to remain this way. So this is rounded to 4 significant figures. Okay, so we need here to make P the subject. So basically you're going to transfer the negative 7 into the other side. So it will be 5P equals M is originally there. To transfer plus 7 from the left to the right side of the equal, it will be minus 7. So to get rid of the 5, you're going to divide each term by 5. Accordingly, the 5's are going to be cancelled here. P is left on its own. So P is equal, M over 5 can be written as 1 over 5M minus 7 over 5. And that's how we change the subject into P. Okay, now here they want us to make Y the subject. If we have the brackets, we need to always get rid of the brackets. 2 times 4x and 2 times negative y. 2 times 4x, 8x. 2 times negative y minus 2y is equal to 5x minus 3. We're making y the subject. So we're going to send this to the other side of the equal. So what is left here is minus 2y equals to 5x is originally there, minus 3 is originally there. So when we transfer 8x from left to the right of the equal, it will become minus 8x. So minus 2y is equal to 5x minus 8x minus 3x minus 3. Now to get rid of the coefficient of y, we need to divide this by negative 2 each term, and this by negative 2, and this by negative 2. So here, sorry about this, negative 2 is cancelled with negative 2. y is left on its own. Minus 3 over minus 2, it will be 3 over 2x. Minus 3 over minus 2, it would be plus 3 over 2. And we're done. So y is equal to 3 over 2x plus 3 over 2. And that's how we change the subject of the formula. Now we are gonna get to the part where we factorize. So 5x squared minus 2x. So here we need to get out the common factor. So x is the common factor, open a bracket. So here it will be 5x, because x times 5x, it will be 5x squared, minus 2, because x times 2, it will give me back the minus 2x. 12x squared plus 48x cubic, we need to get out. So 48 divided by 12, so we need to get the 12x squared out. To get this back, it will be 1 plus, so 4x. Why? Because 12x squared times 1, it will give me 12x squared back, and 12x squared times 4x, it will give me 48x cubic, and that's how we factorize fully. M cubic plus m, so we need to get the common factor out, which is m, and then we open a bracket. M times m squared, it will give me the first term, which is m cubic, plus 1, because m times 1, it will give me the second term, which is plus m, and we always check by expanding on our factorization. So here we have 3 terms, so 3m squared plus 9m cubic minus 12m. So we need to get here the 3m as the common factor, open a bracket. To get back the 3m squared, we need to multiply 3m times m. So 3m times m, it will give me the first term, which is 3m squared, plus 3m squared, because 3m times 3m squared, it will give me 9m cubic, which is the second term of the given expression, minus 4, because 3m times negative 4, it will give me the third term in the expression, which is negative 12m. Here, x to the power of 4 minus 16. So this is a squared expression, because it is basically x squared times x squared, and the 16 is a squared number because it's 4 times 4. So we open 2 brackets, one will carry the positive sign and the other one will carry the negative sign. So here it will be x squared and x squared, 4 and 4, and it is factorized. Now x squared minus 36, so it will be, we open 2 brackets because this is a squared expression and 36 is a squared number, plus minus x 6, because 36 is 6 times 6 and x squared is x times x. Okay, let's go now to this part. 50 minus 162 squared. So 162 divided by 50, it doesn't work. 162 divided by 25, it does not work. 162 divided by 5, it doesn't work. 162 divided by 3, and 50 divided by 3, no. So 162 divided by 2, It will be 81. So we're going to factorize. 162 is 50 is not a squared number, and 162 is not a squared number. So we're going to find the common factor. So 2 times 25 minus 162, it will be 81, because 2 times 81 will give me back the 162, and x squared. If you look at it here, 25 is a squared number and 81 x squared is a squared expression. So the 2 will stay out, and then we're going to open our squarish bracket, open 2 small brackets inside. One will carry the addition and the other one will carry the subtraction. 25 is 5 times 5, and 81x squared, it's 9x times 9x, and we're done. Now, if you go to x squared minus 7x minus 18, this is written as ax squared plus bx plus c. So you start by opening 2 brackets, look at the sign of the c, which is negative. If it's negative, then one bracket will take the addition sign and the other bracket will take the negative sign. So, and then look at the 18. 18, 1 times 18, it will give me 18. 2 times 9, it will give me 18. 3 times 6, it will give me 18. Which of the 3 pairs should I choose? We go to the middle term. So the middle term is negative 7x. 18 plus, minus 1 is 17. 9 minus 2 is 7. So I'm going to go for this one. So the x squared, it's x. And then since the middle term is carrying the negative sign and 9 is greater than 2, so the 9 is going to go here and the 2 is going to go here. We always check in the middle term. X times negative 9, negative 9x. 2 times x, it's 2x. 2x minus 9x is minus 7x, and this is my middle term, so it means my factorization is correct. Okay, let's go to the next one. So x squared minus 18 minus 11x plus 18. So it is written as ax squared plus bx plus c. Open 2 brackets. So if c is positive, then it's telling me go to the middle term and take the sign of the middle term for both brackets. X squared is x and x. 18, just like we explained, 1 times 18 is 18. 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times 6 is 18. But 1 plus 18 is 19. It's not 11. 18 minus 1 is 17. It's not 11. 2 plus 9 is 11. So basically, that's my choice. And if I put the 2 here and the 9 here, or the 9 here and the 2 here, it won't make any difference. Okay, let's go to next. So x squared minus bx minus 30, it's written as ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're going to open 2 brackets. Look at the c. If it's negative, then plus, minus, and x squared, it's xx. Now the 30, it's 1 times 30, 2 times 15, and 5 times 6, right? And it can be also 3 times 10. Okay, now which of the 4 pairs am I going to choose? The middle term is 7. The middle term is 7. So 30 minus 1 is 21, and 30 plus 1 is 31. 2 plus 15 is 17. 15 minus 2 is 13. 6 plus 5 is 11. 6 plus 5 is 11, and 6 minus 5 is 1. 3 plus 10 is 13. 10 minus 3 is 7. So basically, that is what I'm going to choose. Now, The middle term is carrying the negative sign and 10 is greater than 3. So the 10 is going to come here and the 3 is going to be here. Let's go to next. X squared plus 3x minus 10. So it is written as ax squared plus bx plus c. Open two brackets. Look at the last term. It's negative. So the first bracket will take the addition and the second bracket will take the subtraction. X squared, it's x, and then the 10. 1 times 10 or 2 times 5. The middle term is plus 3. So 1 plus 10 is 11. 10 minus 1 is 9. So definitely it's not this one. While 2 plus 5 is 7 and 5 minus 2 is 3. So since the middle term is carrying the positive and 5 is greater than 2, so 5 is going to be here and 2 is going to be here. Next, x squared minus 4x minus 5, open two brackets. Look at the c, it's negative, so plus, minus, and then x squared, it's x, and 5 is a prime, so it's only 1 times 5. But since the middle term is a negative, so 5 is greater than 1, 5 is here and 1 is here. Next, so x squared plus 6x plus 5. So we open two brackets. Look at the last term, the c. It's positive, so we need to take the sign of the middle term for both brackets. Then x squared, this is x and this is x, and 5 is 5 times 1, so 5 is here, 1 is here, or 1 is here and 5 is here. It won't make any difference. Okay, x squared minus 10x plus 16. So we're going to open two brackets. Look at the last term, which is c. c is positive, so it's telling me look at the sign of the middle term. It's negative, so take the sign of the middle term for both brackets. X squared is xx, and 16 is 1 times 16, 2 times 8, or 4 times 4. Okay, so we're going to take the 2 times 8 because the difference between the 8 and 2 is, or the addition of the 8 and 2 is actually 10. So we put the 2 here and the 8 here, or the 8 here and the 2 here. It won't make any difference. Next, x squared minus 6x minus 16. So open two brackets. Look at the last term, which is the c. It's negative, so I have to take plus, minus, and then x squared, it's x. The 16 is 1 times 16, and 2 times 8, 4 times 4. So we're going to take the 2 and 8 because the difference between them is 6. So 8 is greater than 2, and the middle term has the negative sign, so the 8 will be here and the 2 will be here. We always check by expanding. Let's go to this one. X squared minus x minus 20. So we open two brackets. So look at the sign of the last term, which is the c. If it's negative, then one bracket will take the addition, the second one will take the subtraction. X squared is x, and 20 is 1 times 20, 2 times 10, and 5 times 4. But the middle term is negative 1, so we'll take the 5 and 4. 5 is greater, the middle term is negative, and 5 is greater than 4, so the 5 will go to the negative side and 4 will go to the positive side. Let's go to the next one. So x squared plus 5x minus 24, open two brackets. This is a minus, so the first one will take the addition, the second one will take the subtraction. X squared, it's x, and the 24, it's 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6, right? Okay, the difference here is 5, or the middle term is 5. 3 and 8, the difference between them is 5. The middle term is positive, so the 8 is going to be here, and the 3, sorry. The 3 is going to be here because the middle term is positive, so the 8 will go to the positive side. X squared plus x minus 12, open two brackets. So the last term is negative, so one bracket will take the addition, the other one will take the subtraction. X squared, it's xx, and 12, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. Why would I choose 3 and 4? Because the middle term is plus 1, and 4 is going to be here, and the 3 is going to be here because the middle term is positive, so the 4, which is greater than 3, will go after the positive sign. X squared minus 4x minus 12. So again, we're going to open two brackets. Look at the last term, it's negative. So one bracket will take the addition, the other one will take the subtraction. And then x squared, it's x 12, and then the middle term is negative 4, so 12, we can say 1 times 12, 2 times 6, the difference between the 2 and 6 is 4. So the middle term is negative, so the 6 is here and the 2 is here because the middle term is negative and 6 is greater than 2, so the 6 should be going to the negative side. Now x squared minus 9x plus 14, open two brackets. Look at the last term, it's positive, so we must take here okay. So let me sorry about this. Okay. Okay. I hope that it's going to work. Okay, I'm sorry, I must end this meeting and I will continue the rest of the questions in another meeting. Thank you for watching this.